Mbappe is a one-hit wonder and a one-trick pony.
Wanty, wanty, can't get it. Get it, no want it. Don't lose it, oh girl. After I took the risk of giving my love to win some dumb sheriff one run off and gone with.
Mbappe is a one-hit wonder and a one-trick pony. And I'm going to try to demonstrate that to you. In 2018, the Russia World Cup, Mbappe was a precocious teenager. Not going to take anything away from his potential, his perceived ability and talent will not take away from that. But it was projection. It was potential, unproven. And he had a great World Cup. Scored some goals, and he had everyone and the world at his knees. He did. I'll give him that. He bursted onto the scene. Yes, he was known in Europe, but he wasn't a threat per se. When you look at players like a Neymar, Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, he didn't strike fear into defenders like these other guys did. Defenders knew there was this upcoming kid that was impressive. But let's dig a little deeper into 2018. I'm going to talk about some factual things as it pertains to the French national team. In 2018, this was an outstanding team, and they deserved to win the World Cup. They did. You know, a lot of people were saying, even me, if this, if that, coulda, woulda, shoulda. And I've come to realize, no, to stay away from that. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, if, on a different day, all these types of retrospectives. No. Coulda, woulda is useless. Nonsensical drivel. I stay away from that. But let's go back and look at this team and Mbappe's success. Right? Let's delve into it a little bit. Paul Pogba, Antoine Griezmann, Benjamin Pavard in defense, Olivier Giroud, and of course the irrepressible N'Golo Kante. Mbappe had it made. Didn't have to worry about defending. Just stay there. We'll get the ball to you. You have blazing speed. And defense are going to be, what the hell just happened? That's what's going to happen. And it did happen. But all that was possible. All that was possible because of Paul Pogba. And especially N'Golo Kante. When you have a player like N'Golo Kante, you don't need to worry about running back and defending because he's got it covered. You don't have to worry anything about that. So Mbappe was able to exploit all that space, and nobody could stay with him. After the World Cup in 2018, everyone handed over the crown to Mbappe. He was coronated after the World Cup. And even the king himself, King Pelé, handed over the crown to Mbappe. Now, I understand it. I mean, it was a great World Cup for him. So I understand it, why everyone jumped on that wagon. I completely get it. I wasn't fully if I'm honest, I wasn't 100% convinced, but it was close. I mean, it was in the 90s insofar as being impressed by Kylian Mbappe. But I wasn't 100% sold. So there was a tad bit of skepticism because the crown was handed over on a World Cup that, in my view, that should be credited to Paul Pogba, N'Golo Kante, Olivier Giroud, Antoine Griezmann. I think these were the primary and principal architect of that World Cup trophy in 2018. That's my takeaway. These were the main protagonists for the French national team in 2018. Keep that in mind, what I just said to you, because it's going to play a big role in subsequent information that I'm about to give you. Now, since 2018, what has happened with Mbappe? What has he? All the projections and the forward-looking and the potential and everything that was supposed to come after the World Cup. The only thing that we got from Mbappe, League One titles, Coupe de France, and some goals in the Champions League. I believe he had like 42 goals at PSG and about 6 at Monaco. So I believe he had a total of 48. Let me just take a look at his. So if you look at his stats, you'll see that he had 48 goals in total, 6 goals with Monaco, and 42 goals in total with Paris Saint-Germain. But let me just put that in perspective for you. League One falls behind La Liga in Spain, Premier League in England, Bundesliga in Germany, and Serie A in Italy. These are the top 5 big leagues in Europe, and League One has fallen 5th. If I'm wrong, and if you have the numbers to prove me wrong, put those in the comment section. Please do. But they're not above the Bundesliga. They're not above. You can make an argument for Serie A, right? You can make an argument, but I still think the Serie A is above League One. His achievements happened in League One. Now, nobody diminished. I haven't seen any punditry that's minimizing his accomplishments in League One. But let me just throw something at you. Neymar played 6 seasons with Mbappe and won 5 League One titles in League One with Mbappe. But every time you listen to commentary and analysis on Neymar's achievements in League One, they've always downgraded. They've always put League One in its place when they're talking about Neymar. Well, it's not that great of an accomplishment. He scores a lot of goals, but it's in League One. Oh, yes, he's won League One titles and so on, but that's League One. They've always said that. Please go back and take a look. The criticisms that were leveled at Neymar, and when they talk about his accomplishments in League One, oh well, that's just League One. Completely diminishes and downgrade Neymar's accomplishment. But on the other hand, with Mbappe, none of that talk. It's all hype. He scores 40 goals. He scores blah, 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 on and on. Still League One. It's the same league. He's playing right next to Neymar. He's playing right next to Neymar. And then in one side of their face, they'll tell you, great achievement. But on the other side of their face, they'll tell you, bad achievement. But guess who they're talking about? Neymar. How do you reconcile that, people? How please help me. How do you reconcile this type of two-face, this type of hypocrisy? The only thing I can tell you is just hatred for one player and hype for another. That's the only way, in my view, that you can logically takeaway from this type of two-faced, this type of bias. That's a takeaway. So, yes, when Mbappe came up against tough competition like the main competition in Europe, the Champions League, yes, he has scored some goals. So you're going to say to me, well, he played Champions League and he's been successful in Champions League. No, I wouldn't say he's been successful. No. Show me the trophy. Show me the Champions League winner's medal. Show that to me. And then I'll agree with you that he was successful. But no. His accomplishment in the Champions League is just statistics because he didn't win anything. He scored 48 goals in the Champions League. That's just another statistic. Individual statistic that will make him look good. But it did not yield a title. Now, let me just explain to you why Mbappe managed to score 48 goals. Or let's say 42 because I'm not going to count the Monaco goals because he was not playing with Neymar. He was not at PSG. When you play with Neymar, a player of Neymar's ability, smart managers and smart defenders know you're not going to pay any attention to Kylian Mbappe. I don't care if he has Usain Bolt's type of speed. They're not going to pay any attention to Kylian Mbappe. They're going to play. They're going to build their defense around stopping one player. One player, and that is Neymar. Neymar is a genius type of footballer, and defenders know this. Managers know this. So what do? You tailor your defense to stop Neymar. Now, what does that mean? That means Mbappe is wide open on the left flank all day, has everything in front of him. So a smart midfielder, a creative midfielder, going to get the ball over to Mbappe. Let him exploit that space. And that's what they did for 6 seasons while he was playing alongside Neymar. They exploited that. And the direct beneficiary of such a setup was Mbappe. Neymar got his share of some goals, but it came at a price for Neymar. Mbappe is an ineffective player if he doesn't have space. He's not creative, and he does not have a skill set like a Neymar. When you go up against a player like an Mbappe, and when he has that space, with that speed, any herky-jerky move, any drop of the shoulder, defenders will buy into it. And by the time you recover, he's gone. Don't let that fool you, though. That's not because he's a skillful player. It's because of his speed. Now let's fast forward to the semifinal between Borussia Dortmund and PSG. Borussia Dortmund has just shown the club world in European football how to defend Kylian Mbappe. They've shown you the blueprint because you do not leave Neymar free. You leave Mbappe free. But here's the problem if you have a Neymar with Mbappe on your team. Here's the problem with that. If you collapse your defense on Neymar, he's going to find Mbappe, and Mbappe is going to burn you. That's what happened in League One and in the Champions League. That's why Mbappe was able to exploit that kind of setup at PSG, and hence his success. That's how Mbappe did it. Now, how do I prove that? In this semifinal against Borussia Dortmund, remember, they got rid of Messi, and they got rid of... No, I'm not going to focus on Messi because that was the last season, the last 2 seasons. And remember, Neymar was injured for a long stretch throughout his career at PSG. So I'm not going to include Messi in this. Because Messi spent 5 seasons or 2 seasons at PSG, and of course Neymar spent 6, and now Mbappe 7 because he's leaving after this in the summer. What I'm saying is that Mbappe wanted all the glory. He wanted Neymar out, and he got what he wished for, or what he pushed for. Let's say it like it is. He pushed for that. Because he actually, remember, Mbappe thought he was better than Neymar. Mbappe thought he was better than Messi. These two legends, proven and accomplished legends, he thought he was better. Simply because this guy won a World Cup in 2018, right? Because since then, he has not demonstrated that he can win anything of any significance in Europe. No disrespect to League One, but you are 5th in the top 5 leagues in Europe. That's the truth. And somehow this egotistical player thinks that he's a better player than proven Neymar, proven Messi. So yeah, it's your team now. Let's see what you can deliver. You wanted Neymar out. You kicked out Neymar. You wanted Messi out. You kicked out Messi. Let's see what you got. And it turns out that nothing. It turns out that you have nothing. But yet, the sports media still think that you have potential, still think that you, at some point, you're going to deliver. Even Real Madrid has bought into this, which I think is a massive mistake. I'm looking at Real Madrid. I'm like, Real Madrid, you have Vinicius Jr., the best player in the world right now. You have that. Why are you going to gamble with this diva? I mean, this guy stunk up the joint against Borussia Dortmund, and they're still talking about this guy as the best player in the world. I for the life of me, how do you reconcile that when you have the best player already performing at a different club? Vinicius Jr. Why is that? Why? I mean, I know that Vinicius has some issues and he needs to take care of those issues insofar as his certain questionable behavior on the pitch at times. And I love Vinicius Jr., but I think he needs to pull back. Sometimes he whines a little bit too much and fusses with a referee, kind of like a Neymar. You need to pull back because you're rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. And I think you're getting a pushback because nobody's looking at you. It's all on Jude Bellingham or Kylian Mbappe. But you are the player. You are, Vinicius Jr. But anyway, this is not about Vinicius. This is about Mbappe. Mbappe is a one from 2018 till now. Mbappe has shown me that he's a one-hit wonder and a one-trick pony. It just so happens that trick is his speed. I mean, when you look at a player like Robinho, if you put Robinho in a phone booth with a defender, Robinho is getting out of there. You tighten defenses on Mbappe, he just whines. Oh, this is not my position. I'm a left winger, I'm a winger, I'm a dribbler. That's what he wants because he wants space to, and I get that. But you're not that tells me that you don't have the kind of skill set like a Neymar or a Messi. You don't have that. You are a one-trick pony. And Borussia Dortmund has given the blueprint in how to defend you. And you think that's going to change when you go to La Liga and play for Real Madrid? No, it's not going to change. But my biggest worry as a supporter of Real Madrid, I'm a Chelsea guy. That's my main club insofar as support. But I support Real Madrid because of its Brazilian contingent. I'm a huge Brazil fan. And you probably could tell by now. But so I support Real Madrid as well. But my biggest worry with the arrival of Mbappe is that Vinicius will be forced out. Just like several years ago when Robinho was forced out to make room for Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, they got lucky with Cristiano Ronaldo. And I think they're banking on that same, they're taking that gamble that they're going to get lucky with Mbappe. But I don't see it. If you look at Mbappe since 2018, if you look at it objectively, you will arrive at the same conclusion. I mean, everybody keeps saying he's still a great player. I'm like, he had an opportunity to demonstrate his greatness against Dortmund, and he didn't. He didn't do anything against Barcelona. He did not do anything. How long are you going to wait for this guy to deliver? It's been 6 years. And the most recent opportunities, Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, right? Not sold. Until next time, take care.
Je pense bien que le monde est calculé. Je pense bien que tout est